What's going on, everyone? This is JR alongside my boy Justin,
Mhm.
and we are back with the WWE 2015 edition of Payback alongside maybe a little bit of Raw chatter because a lot happened on Raw that is worth mentioning. Not everything, but we're going to touch on a couple things and go over, I guess, our win loss records in terms of predictions and stuff like that from the last pay per view.
Which we've
So,
actually been doing since Mania. And I
yeah,
think I'm on the up and up, but you want to start fresh so that I don't crush it too hard.
well, yeah. Let's start on the up and up here. All right. First things first. I don't really like the pre-show matches, but it is what it is. Let's just get them out the way real quick. This was a bonus match added last minute, and it was a
And it was
completely
quite the bonus, if you ask me.
quite a bonus of pointlessness, if you ask me. R-Truth defeated Stardust in a singles match that lasted all of 7 minutes. Way too long, if you ask me. What'd you think about it?
I actually think I took a piss break before the pay per view even started, so it was alright. It's our
I'll,
truth and Stardust. What are you going to do?
I'll tell you what, this match was horrible. Completely pointless. I mean, it had
Honest
some
to God, I
good,
don't
good.
think I paid much attention to it.
Yeah, it was whatever. R-Truth, got the win, and Stardust jobbing to R-Truth. You know he's at the bottom of the
Jobbing again
card there.
tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. He needs to go back to Cody. Something needs to happen. Anyways, moving on. I don't want to spend too much time on that. We had the the Mega Powers,
No, no, no,
or
they're the medium
the
powers.
Medium Powers, excuse me. Curtis Axel, aka Axelmania, versus Damien Macho Mandow Sandow versus Connor and Victor of the Ascension. This was a glorified squash match. It lasted all of 3 minutes.
Were we
This
wrong? Did we? We're gonna have to go back and listen. But did we pick the Powers to win this match?
That's a good question.
I think we picked the Powers to win, but we both agreed that the Ascension should win, and they
Yeah,
did win, which was a good call.
you're right. It was a good call having the Ascension win. Yeah, I guess my reasoning behind it was that the medium powers were slated to get a push. I guess so that's why they would go over, but I guess they didn't.
They
So
won tonight.
they won tonight. So we'll see what happens there.
I was really hoping that was gonna be like a one-off. We're gonna do it for the pay-per-view and be done with it. But it's looking like it's gonna be a uh, a staple now with these two guys.
They're gonna milk the hell out of this, dude. You know that for sure. The match itself, there's not much going on. Not much happened. It was just another
No, we had
squash.
a squash fall of man 3 minutes in, and I think they got it right. The
Absolutely.
Ascension needed that win way more than this gimmick infringement.
Oh, totally, dude. All right. Now, without further ado, the main card. We started off the night with Sheamus versus DZ Dolph Ziggler in just a regular singles match. No kiss me arse needed. However, Dolph Ziggler did get retribution against Sheamus. It was essentially a role reversal of Extreme Rules. Ziggler got Sheamus to kiss his arse, but Sheamus ended up getting the W. So overall, I thought it was a great match. I think if it was a little bit longer, it could have been a classic. To be honest with you, lots of intensity, lots of power. The guys seem to have really good chemistry. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. To be honest with you, heel Sheamus is great,
Heel Sheamus is money.
and DZ got busted up there. People are saying that he bladed, but I went back and watched the replay of that a bunch of times. I don't see the blading. He got
It
legit
was
busted
uh
up.
it was a good, nice straight cut right down. Like you could just seeing the cut and where the stitches are, you could make an argument, but I didn't. I didn't see anything.
It looks like he might have hit Sheamus's teeth there or something and got a nasty cut, but it happened too quick for it to be a blade. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't think he would risk it, especially with some of the trouble he's been in the last few years.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would, especially since they're pretty high in him right now in that mid card. They need a solid, super over baby face, and
Someone's got to replace Ambrose in the mid card.
yeah, because my boy Dirty Dean is getting that main event push, but we'll get to that eventually. All right, but overall, what are your thoughts on the match?
I think it was good. I think Sheamus and Ziggler worked well together, and you're right, it was pretty much an exact role reversal of our last pay per view where Ziggler got Sheamus to kiss his ass, and then Sheamus gets the win. I think we're gonna have I guess we have Elimination Chamber coming up, but I could see a rubber match, maybe involving the Intercontinental title if one of those guys wins.
Yeah, I'll get the predictions on the IC title when we move on to Raw, but yeah, we'll, we'll get to that pretty much. Anyways, moving down the card, we have what I thought was the second best match of the night. Personally, we had the New Day, the tag champs, versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I thought it was a great match. Personally, I thought, and I just have to say that heel tactics on this night, on this pay per view, were
They were
off the
good.
charts. They were
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, yeah, the New Day trying to play the Freebird rule and stuff like that, and they totally did with that, that finish there where Xavier tricked the referee thinking he was Kofi, and he got the pin there on Tyson. Uh, Great match, great spots. Both teams have really good chemistry with each other. I have to say that New Day and Cesaro and Kid have definitely given the tag division a shot in the arm. And
It's been a nice boost. It's actually been enjoyable to watch.
well, what's been great about New Day right now is that they're actually getting mic time, which is helping them get heat, which is really important. I don't know why a lot of these, I don't know why, Vince and the crew in the back don't give more of these guys mic time. I think Cesaro and Kid could be way more over if they got more mic time, especially with a Kid as a mouthpiece, because,
Definitely.
I mean, he can talk. So, but overall, I
Yeah,
thought the
there's
match was great. Um, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro got the first fall, and then they traded blows after that, and that surprise heel tactic cheat at the end there with Xavier Woods. I thought it was great. I thought it was a good match, very entertaining, decent length too.
decent length. Yeah, I didn't like the way it ended. But it was cheap. It was a cheap ending. But I think you're right. Going back to getting those guys on the mic more. I don't. They're supposed to be the faces, and they don't exactly get a loud pop when they come out.
Well, the crowds don't know if they should be cheering or booing for these guys because only a few months ago they were supposed to boo them because they were heels, and they haven't really gotten mic time to really build their face
Even when they
run
were
yet.
heels, they
So
weren't really catching heat, and I guess that's again because they're not getting the time to. They're not getting the mic time.
yeah, I mean they're definitely over on pay per views and stuff like that, but they could definitely be more over. So hopefully they're going to be doing this, and hopefully this means good booking for the tag division to come because that elimination chamber match coming up should
Oh,
be
that's
pretty
gonna be
good. The
good.
pay per view in general, with such a quick turnaround time, is looking to have such a solid card. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm surprised they've been able to book it as well as they are, but we'll get to that.
Indeed, we will. All right. Next on the card here, we have Wyatt versus Ryback. It was a good match, very intense, very
It
hard
was
hitting match.
surprisingly decent.
Surprisingly decent considering the build up for it. Ryback got legitimately hurt, believe it or not. Those ribs actually did get hurt, from what I've been reading.
They were
Um,
selling that. I guess when Wyatt splashed off the apron on the floor, it hurt him. But I was reading that he hurt himself doing that frog splash off the top rope.
yeah, I don't know what it was, but he did get legitimately hurt. But in typical WWE fashion, though, you have uh, they no sell the match like it never happened the night after on Raw. So, like I guess this
Yeah,
feud's
Wyatt's
over.
had back-to-back nights against Ambrose now. We're all SmackDown, and Ryback didn't. Did he do anything on Raw?
He came out and he's starting a feud with Sheamus now. So, but we're gonna get to that with the elimination chamber stuff like that.
Yes. Hashtag. We'll get to that.
Yeah, hashtag. We'll get to that later. But overall, Bray Wyatt don't know where he goes from here. He's been kind of in limbo for the most part. He starts a feud, but it doesn't look like this is gonna go anywhere. It's just random. It's just random. He really needs a solid feud here with
We're
a
dropping
decent
the ball
story.
hard.
Yeah, they gotta do something with this character, man. Because I don't know.
I mean, he hasn't had a meaningful feud since Ambrose, and before that, I guess it would have been Cena. So
It would
he's
have been
had
Cena.
two meaningful feuds in 14 months now. So you stretch that out. I think they had 3 matches each. So that's he's been relevant 6 of the last 14 months. I mean, I guess you can count the Undertaker. So half of the last 14 months he's been decent, but the Ryback was pointless.
Yeah, completely pointless. And I don't know what the thought behind that is or why it ended so abruptly.
I
Maybe
mean,
someone isn't
did
happy
they
with the way it went.
did they need to throw Ryback a bone there and just put him on a pay-per-view or what?
I guess he wasn't doing anything, but I mean, he came out the next night and was, kissing Daniel Bryan's ass, trying to get some cheap pop there. But like I said, hashtag, we'll get to that. Anyways, next in the card here, we had good old John Boy, the United States champion, defeated Rusev in an I Quit match, in which your boy, JR, called it, called the finish. Go
Lana
back, listen
throwing
to
in the
the
towel.
tape.
Yeah.
Lana thrown in the towel.
You don't get 2 points for that. It's only W's.
I'm not looking for the points. I'm just looking for the W's. Like we said on the prediction episode, if anybody thought John Cena was going to utter the words "I quit," then
You were smoking some Heisenberg type math. I mean,
give
seriously.
me give me whatever you're puffing there, because your boy wants a toke. Um, Overall, this match was horrible, if you ask me. It was 27 minutes of boredom. It was slow paced. It was clunky. It was.
It was slow, but it had its good moments,
It had a couple of good moments when Rusev got, thrown into the
blown up
little
through
fireworks thing there,
pyro, yeah.
and Cena got, suplexed or whatever it was onto the guardrail. But aside from that, it was like, oh,
The
Rusev
spots
clotheslines
outside of
Cena.
the ring were good, yeah. But
No,
their
but
in-ring work is not.
what pissed me off, it was mostly, aside from those last, 5 minutes or so, it was mostly spent with Rusev would clothesline Cena and then go ask Kyoto to ask him if he was going to quit. John Cena would titty twister Rusev and ask him if he's going to quit. Like, I mean, come
Yeah, I
on,
don't.
dude.
Kyoto with the mic, do you want to quit? Do you want to quit? It was a little much. I don't. You don't need to be in the guy's face, after every suplex, every bump. It was a
See, but that
little.
was. I'm gonna defend Kyoto here because that wasn't even Kyoto. It was like the guys would tell him, ask him,
Yeah,
like
ask him,
after
ask
every
him. Yeah.
fucking move. So I still think the best I Quit match I've ever seen was Rock versus Mankind, and that finish was still one of the more epic finishes.
It's
So
Rock and McFoley. Come on.
yeah. Yeah, but I was the finish. I'm all right with because I saw it coming a mile away.
We knew it was coming. Yeah.
They're prepping for the Lana face turn and
I
all
still
that,
don't
which
think she's face turning. I think
she's.
it's
You think it's a
what's
red
the
herring,
what's the term? Red herring? Okay, what's the other term that we use?
a ruse?
A ruse? No, you and I always go back with one term, and I just can't remember it right now. It's oh, it's a work. I think it's a work.
It's a work. It could be a work. I don't know why it would be a work, but
They're gonna oh, everyone's gonna love Lana, get all into her, and then they're gonna pull the rug right out from under that.
that would be a swerve, sir. But what I did
It'd be a
notice,
working swerve.
well, if you noticed on Raw, Lana's accent was it was pretty bad on Raw. Like
It was
it
a
would
little
drop every now and then.
where'd that chick go? Well, she speaks perfect friggin' English, so.
She does, yeah. Well, she's American, so. But well, for those of you that don't know,
Well, I think she moved here, didn't she? Or did she move overseas?
no,
Was
she
she
lived
born here and
overseas
moved
for a
over?
while. But
Okay.
she's an American girl, like the Tom Petty song says.
Oh yeah,
So
she lives in Nashville, right? With our boy Rusev, paying
yeah,
those American taxes.
they date in real life. They pay those American taxes, and they got a nice little home in Nashville.
Yeah,
So
he's letting Ziggy Mac that. Oh man, she accompanied him to the ring tonight on SmackDown.
that's a rough decision if I was Rusev, especially if he's
I
tapping
would.
that in real life.
Hell no.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Overall, that match could have been better, but I'm glad the
It was. You know what it was? It was a typical John Cena pay-per-view match almost.
yeah, typical. And I'm just glad the rivalry's over. It's just I'm
It's
done with
been
it.
too much, yeah. And Rusev wasn't buried in this feud yet, I don't think. Like everyone's screaming. I mean, where he
No,
goes from here has to be handled very carefully
he's definitely
because
is
if
Ziggler
anything,
is
it's
definitely
it
the next target.
right. But I don't know. Like I said, I think they got to handle it super carefully where they go from here because anything that goes wrong, everyone's going to backtrack and go, "Oh, Cena buried him," and I don't think that was the case.
I don't think Cena buried him. per se. I think Rusev definitely held his own in a lot of matches, but the fact that he lost the title, never got a chance to get it back or anything like that. I don't know if that's going to really hurt him,
Hey, he got two
but
rematches, but
yeah, I mean, he's still a monster if you ask me. He's still one of the best heels on the roster, one of the best workers on the roster. I think he'll be okay, especially with a new angle. Seems like they're going to do the romance angle. But like I said, we're going to
he was
hashtag get to
whack.
that later. All right, moving down the card here, we had a snooze fest of match, a botch fest too, if you ask me. Naomi and Tamina defeated the Bella Twins in a tag team divas match. I didn't really care for this match, to be honest with you. I was
Not
hoping
this
it was
week.
going to be a title match where Naomi would take the strap from Nikki, hold it for a while, keep it warm for my girl Paige, who came back on Raw. But nothing much to say about this other than good heel tactics by Naomi and Tamina. They're pretty brutal right now. But
They've got some
yeah,
badass divas for the first time in a while, like legit heel divas. Like aside from whoever the face diva is at the time, it seems like everybody else is just by default the heel, But we've
yeah,
actually
no,
got decent heel divas, which is nice to see. But yeah, the match wasn't that enjoyable.
no. Naomi's holding her own right now with that heel run, but it's still not that impressive. I still think it could be a little bit better. She
I mean,
botches a lot too, but you
yeah,
know,
but she's definitely gotten better. She's got she's her moveset's a little more extensive now that she's working a lot more, and I still think Nikki's the best. Well, Paige is back now, so we can't even say
Paige
that.
is back, so Nikki's not the best on the roster no more. Nikki needs to drop that title. She's held it for too damn long.
Yeah, I think this isn't the days of Trish Stratus and Lita now. Come on.
No, no, no way. And think about the two names you just mentioned, two legends right there. So
Nobody's done what they do since. I mean,
yeah, they used to fight men. So I mean, come on, So go
yeah,
figure.
China was a man, so
China, yeah, China also intercontinental champion, the only woman intercontinental champion. So
wasn't she European champion at one time too?
was it European or intercontinental? I think it
She
might have
was
been
she was
intercontinental.
she was intercontinental, but was she European too?
That I don't know. I might have to look that up later. We'll have to get back to you on that.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Hashtag correct us if we're wrong. Moving down the card,
This is
we had
T-shirt quality right here. Hashtag. We'll get to that. I like that.
yeah, we're coming up with a bunch of stuff here.
Well, stay tuned.
Uh, the eighth match on the night was Neville versus King Barrett. This match wasn't as good as their previous matches. It could have been way better.
Nah, cheap
But
ending. Cheap ending. I'm
cheap
tired
ending.
of the.
However, good heel tactics by Barrett by eating
He's
the count out. Didn't give a
yeah,
damn. Let Neville get his arm raised or whatever, and then comes back in and beats him up again. Good heel
yeah,
move.
definitely. Barrett's a
But
good heel.
Neville still looked good though. Came back, got that red arrow too though. So it makes the young man still look pretty good. He's been booked really well since coming on the
Super
main
well. Probably
roster.
one of the best NXT bookings right off the bat.
Straight up.
Outside of the Shield.
Outside of Bo's 16 and Bo record, um,
Jesus, did he? I still can't believe it. And look, he's in a land of obscurity now.
well, he's looking to revive the feud with Neville. I think they're gonna give him his push eventually. So stay tuned to my boy Bo Dallas. You just gotta
He's
believe.
working on me. He's working on me. And you know how much I didn't like him.
Bo's the shit. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Backtracking a little here, I think they need to get rid of the whole King Barrett gimmick. Just be Bad News Barrett, or just be
The
Barrett.
King of the Ring. That's what they're
The
doing
King.
now. With
Yeah,
when you
but
win the King of the Ring title,
that's the way it
they're
always is. That's what killed the King of the Ring to begin with. Austin didn't do it. You didn't see him walking out with a scepter and a crown and all that shit. It was
he
just
was one of the
right.
only ones that didn't, but everyone else pretty much did. Bret Hart did it. Sheamus did it. Fucking Booker T did it. Who else?
But that's part of what killed
Hunter
it.
Hearst Helmsley did it. I mean, you
It's
know,
stupid. It's overdone.
it's dumb, but I like it because it's a relic of the good old days too. I kind of dig that. I don't know. I dig it. It doesn't bother me too much personally.
Moving on.
Moving on, we had, in my opinion, my educated
I think our
Mark
opinion
opinion,
here.
this is a candidate for match of the year, strictly because of the
It is
way
the
it was
match of the
booked
year thus far.
and the way that the spots were just spot on. I
And I
mean, you
called
had
it. I called a Shield powerbomb. 10-second
we
reunion.
We should call this podcast the Psychic Gods because we're predicting shit like crazy. We
We
had
are.
Seth
We
Rollins.
should be WWE bookers. What? I'm Russo Abramowitz. What are you?
Uh, I don't fucking know. I'm just a booker, damn it. You know, I'm just a booker. It's a lowly jobber booker, but I get shit right every now and then. Anyways, we had the Architect, Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, with Jobber and Jobber Security, Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury, versus the
Don't forget the
Juggernaut,
director.
Roman Reigns. I'm getting there. Let me do my voice thing here. The Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, and the Viper, Randy Orton. Accompanied, of course, he was at ringside, the Director of Operations, Kane. His
Are you
job was on the
done?
line.
Did you get that? Are you done?
Got it
Is
up in my
that your
system.
system?
Not only was this match for the World Heavyweight Championship a fatal four-way, if if Seth Rollins failed to retain the title, Kane would have been fired as Director of Operations. So, they do the typical swerve throughout the night. Kane saying he doesn't give a damn about the job, and it makes you think like he's gonna heel turn, blah blah blah. But you have the typical interference early on, which is good because if it had happened at the end,
Oh,
I
it
think
was it
people
was
would have.
early and often.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a typical Seth Rollins match. If there's no interference, it's not a Seth Rollins match. So, but overall, I thought this match was fucking great, and I'm glad that Orton sort of kind of stepped aside a little bit and made it all about the Shield guys
Right, and he
because
ate the pinfall at the end, so
he ate the pin. Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about the spots here. The little mini Shield reunion, the triple power bomb. What
it
a
was
great
awesome.
fucking moment.
Even
I was
even
losing it.
Rollins was flipping out on the with the throwing the chair around and like the crowd was eating it up and he had like it seemed like Shield of old where they were all there
Everyone
were
thought
three
the boys were
faces and they
back.
were all just going nuts and even when Rollins gets in the middle and throws his arms around him, people went nuts thinking they were getting back
The
together.
crowd. There are a couple of people in the crowd with their hands in the air, like, "What? What is going on here?" Like, it was just a great moment. And it was also great to see that Dean, laughing and then just get serious, and they beat the crap out of Rollins. Also, want to note that Roman Reigns probably had one of his best matches all year. I think it's a credit to Ambrose, who you can definitely tell he feels so comfortable working with
Right.
Ambrose.
There
Ambrose
was
brings
a
out the best in him because they're best
yeah.
friends in real life, pretty much.
There was a good
And
portion of that match where it was solo, Ambrose on Reigns. It was they'd taken out Rollins, they'd taken out Orton, and it was there's nothing left to do, and it was they even says loser buys beers, and then they go at it, which is nice.
yeah, just a great moment. I mean, I really like these guys, and I think that Dean Ambrose definitely solidified himself in creative's eyes and management's eyes that he is main event level. He totally is main event level. If they didn't believe that then, they believe it now because this guy can put on a show. He's entertaining as fuck, and he's fucking good, man. He's just great. Fucking love the guy.
Marking out over Ambrose, and I'm the one with the
Um,
Ambrose T-shirt. Yours is only on the way.
Mine's is on the way. Well, I do have an Ambrose Before Hose shirt. I don't get to wear that often. It's not an official shirt, but it's custom made. I think that still counts.
Only
Anyways, though,
WWE merch only.
well, I like the custom stuff every now and then. Anyways, let's talk about the finish here. The finish, I thought I had beef with it before, and then I mulled it over, and I'm fine with it because it looks like Seth is going to inherit the pedigree.
Which I
This
kind of
is
like. I like that.
I kind of like that because this is like Hunter's nod to like his adopted son, pretty much, because that's the way he treats Rollins. I dig it.
His son who can do no wrong. It seems.
Yeah, this is just like that he's that perfect son. He gets it. He's the star quarterback. He's this and that and the other. Good finish. He killed it with a sloppy pedigree, the slopagree.
It was.
As I think
It wasn't the best, but
he needs to
Orton
work on
didn't
it.
sell it very well either.
Yeah, but Seth's got to set that up a little better. I think once he starts using it more, he'll he'll it'll look pretty good. But the
It'll get
finish was
better. Yeah.
okay, and Hunter coming out and hugging Seth like he was so proud of him. Like he's like Seth, I'm so proud of you. So it was cool. It was cool. I dig it. I dig it.
I liked the pedigree ending, and it was a clean 1-2-3 finish. So you can't argue with that out of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It is what it is. No beef. Moving on from the PPV to the
Raw
Monday
is
Night Raw.
for after.
We're just gonna gloss this over. We're gonna skip a lot of the
Bullet points here.
ancillary matches
Let's get
here.
to the good stuff.
Let's get to the bullet points. Pretty much Raw was essentially them setting up the upcoming pay-per-view of Elimination Chamber.
I think the quick turnaround has actually helped Raw because it has to be meaningful with the quick turnaround.
That is a very good point, sir, and I'm glad you brought that up because some of the Raws have been kind of whack recently, so it's nice to see them do something like this. They should book Raw like this all the time. Overall, some decent matches, but let's just get to the main bullet points here, which are essentially, so we have in 2 weeks the next pay-per-view, which is Elimination Chamber. They're bringing that back, and pretty much the main matches are going to be, for the first time ever, a Elimination Chamber match for the tag team titles.
Gonna be interesting.
It is going to be interesting because you're going to have what was it, 16?
16.
12.
That's 12
guys.
That's a lot of humanity.
Sorry, my mic lost it there for a sec.
Some quick editing.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty stacked match. So you're going to have the New Day, which are the defending champions.
Now, who do you think is going to be? Are all three going to be involved in the match? You think?
I don't know if they're going to freebird rule it. We're going to have to find out soon enough. Maybe they'll play rock paper scissors or something to figure out who. Who goes in?
That's face tactics. That's what they did when they were faces.
Well, we'll see what they do now. We got New Day, the champs, versus Los Matadores.
Who knows
why they're in it? The Ascension.
That's good.
Is in it. I'm cool with that. The Lucha Dragons. I'm cool with that too. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I'm very cool with that. And
of
then
course.
My dark horse. I'm cool with these guys being in it. The primetime players.
The primetime, millions of dollars.
Millions of jobbers, jobbers.
Most jobbers are more jobbers than the primetime players.
However, they've been very entertaining over the last few weeks, imitating all the tag teams and stuff like that. Making fun of them and shit like that. They've been very entertaining. Both guys are pretty good in the mic, and they're decent in the ring too. I really like Darren Young's finisher. Let's go ahead and get predictions out of the way here. What do you think is going to happen in this match? It is going to be a fucking clusterfuck, sir.
Well, I would imagine by the time every team is officially in, that there might be a team or two out. We can cross Los Jobbers off the list. They're not winning.
Nope.
And it's shocking to me, just to kind of back up for a second, that the primetime players, who I actually enjoy, and Los Matadores are in this match when you just have the newly reformed Harper and Rowan tag team.
Yeah, I think the reason behind that is that they just reformed or whatever, and they're not ready for that run yet. However, those guys do deserve.
Yeah, but I mean, Los Matadores. When's the last time they had a match on Raw?
You're right, dude. I'll recant that statement. Get the Matadores out of there. I thought Harper and Rowan were going to be in that match for sure.
All right, so Matadores, you're out. I do not imagine the primetime players winning the tag titles, so I don't think they're going to win.
Though they finished Raw on top, so they cleared the ring out. Who knows?
They did not. Yeah, but SmackDown they lost. The Lucha Dragons came out on top tonight on SmackDown.
I don't see the Ascension winning. However, if they really want to give these guys some heat, they put the titles on these guys and have them run
I think it'd be
shotgun.
I think the Ascension could be the dark horse, not primetime players. But
here we go. This is for the record. Let's start here.
Let's see. All right, for the record, for the first point, New Day retains.
New Day retains. Okay. I am actually going to go with the Ascension winning this.
I was going to go with the Ascension.
Call me crazy. I don't know why, but I feel like them getting that win on the pay-per-view is a sign of things to come for some reason. Like they're going to give them the ball and see if they can roll with it. Kind of what they did with New Day, and everyone's going to be chasing the Ascension. We'll see if that happens.
I'd be all right with that,
Well, anyways, and then moving on to the next Elimination Chamber match, we're going to get two of them this night. We're looking at the Intercontinental Championship, which is up for grabs because Daniel Bryan, who can no longer compete right now, relinquished the title.
It's really too bad.
And we're going to have the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, King Barrett.
What does he scream now? You know, he used to scream fella. What
He
does he
still
scream
screams
now?
fella. He still screams fella. As far as I can tell. And then eventually he goes, "Are you not entertained?"
I love the Are You Not Entertained? That shit
So,
makes me laugh every time.
so we got Sheamus, King Barrett. All these make sense so far. Ryback makes sense. Get him in the title picture. Ziggler makes sense. I'm cool with that. Rusev caught me by surprise, but I'm cool with it. The only weird guy in here is R-Truth. Why?
Yeah, our Truth being in that is a little weird. Even Rusev being in there is a little weird. I mean,
Even Rusev, what I think they should have
Neville
done,
should be in. I think Neville should be
Neville should be in there because the
pretty
way I look
crazy
at
in the chamber.
it was this: Neville's still feuding with Baron. He should still be in there. Sheamus is still feuding with Ziggler. He should be in there. Ryback, I'm cool being in there with. If Wyatt
But
was in
why
there too,
wouldn't
because they
Wyatt
were
be in there?
feuding with.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's what
you
I'm
have
saying.
3 feuds going on at the same time. Throw all 6 guys in the chamber.
Yeah, so now what you got going here is, Ziggler, who's supposedly going to feud with Rusev now that Lana's on his side. Spoiler, that happened on Raw. I know we're just glossing over it here, but Lana essentially, Rusev pretty much kicked her to the curb on Raw. Cut up,
Totally.
passionate promo where he looked like he was crying. He kicked her to the curb, and then later in the night she came out randomly for Ziggy, and she started making out with DZ.
Shocking turn of events.
And Ziggler stole the show, and he stole Lana, too. So, my only complaint, though, I'm cool with these guys, but R-Truth, why is he in there? Is Vince really trying to give him that pay-per-view check? Like, he's been involved in 2 title matches in the last 2 months. But why? What has he done to earn this aside from beat Stardust and, have some okay commentary? Like,
Seriously.
what?
I don't think Neville's in this match because I think you're gonna see Bo Dallas versus Neville at Extreme Rules. So there's that one. I think Neville and Barrett are done. I don't know what they're gonna do with Wyatt. Like, keeps coming back to what the hell they're gonna do with Wyatt.
Yeah, to me, this is going to be interesting. I can't. Let's go for predictions here. Who do you think is taking? Who's going to be our new Intercontinental Champion, sir?
If they want to throw Rusev a bone, you throw it on Rusev. I think you give it to Ziggler and then have Rusev take it off of him eventually.
See, I was going to go with Ryback. Finally put some gold in this guy and see if you can trust him with it and have him feud with Sheamus.
He's injured
Because
right now, though. You know, I guess it
yeah,
depends on how
well,
bad it is.
I don't know. We'll see because he's feuding with Sheamus, and I think having a guy like Sheamus who has that World Heavyweight Championship pedigree feuding for the IC title could elevate that, which is what they want to do with this title, is elevate it right now.
Yeah, with those 2 big bruisers going at it, I don't know how well that would work. And there's no official. I mean, what did Sheamus and Ryback do on SmackDown tonight? I don't know if they're officially feuding yet.
Well, you know this company. I mean, these guys look at each other. All of a sudden, they're feuding. So, I mean, you never know.
All right, well, I'm going with Ziggler.
You're going with Ziggy. Let me see here. If I really gotta head to the fire, shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm comfortable going with Ziggler too. I'm comfortable with that.
I think
I'm comfortable with.
that's a safe bet.
That's a safe bet. Safe bet. And that's cool. But we're gonna move on to the next fucking thing, which me as. Well, first, let me get this off the way. The John Cena U.S. Open Challenge.
Oh Jesus, how hard is your dick right now?
Pretty hard, sir. I have it in my hand. I'm just kidding. The John Cena U.S. Open Challenge. He's been doing this for weeks, ever since he became the U.S. champ, to give the little guy out there, the B-plus player, a chance at some WWE gold. And what he got last night, he got more than he could bargain for. The reigning NXT champion, Kevin Owens, Kill Owens Kill.
Job, Owens, job.
I don't think so, sir. Came out, interrupted this guy, and fucking buried Cena. He buried him.
He didn't
On the
bury
mic.
him. He powerbombed him. He buried him on the
He
mic. He did
He
bury
buried
him
him on
on
the
the mic.
mic, and then he buried him after he powerbombed. Like, he stepped on the fucking U.S. title. Like, fuck you.
That's like stomping on the American
And then
flag,
he
you
did
son
the
of a
"you
bitch.
can't see me" thing to John Cena. If that's not a
You know
burial,
why
sir.
this is going on, right? Because in Philly, he did the 5-knuckle shuffle. And I bet you that pissed Cena off.
Yeah, but this is Triple H. Trips has a hand in this for sure. Trips number
Oh,
one.
definitely.
Trips is not going to let this guy get ruined whatsoever. He's really high on his NXT guys, especially his bigger names like Breeze, Balor, Tommy, Owens, what have you. As proof, Neville too, because Neville's been getting crazy bookings since he's been up. You know he's high on these guys, and The fact that a guy who is quote unquote a rookie comes in and does that to fucking Cena with his fucking 15-time world championship pedigree is fucking awesome. I lost it when I saw that. I thought it was a great moment, and I love that they're doing this cross-brand type pay-per-view
Isn't that
thing.
the cross brand shit is cool? I like that
I
the
love
NXT
that,
guys have been, challenging
and
Cena.
and this is great. This is Triple H is a genius. Think about the network right now is free for new subscribers for the month of May. We're not advertising here. We're not shills or anything like that. But you have Kevin Owens come out, who is a relative nobody to the casual fan. He comes out, they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Gives instant credibility to the pay-per-view coming up on Wednesday for NXT. And then you fucking put him in a match with Cena, too. Like, the people talking about, oh, Kevin Owens is going up against Cena. This is great marketing on their part. I fucking loved it, dude. I think it's
Solid.
great.
It's been
Best for
good. Yeah.
business.
Best
But,
for
yeah,
business. All right, now, before we make our predictions here, is the U.S. title on the line?
it is not on the line. No
It is
titles
not
on
on
the
the
line.
line.
This
Okay.
is, yeah.
Well, then I'm calling a Kevin Owens win. A clean 1-2-3. Cena's gonna lay down for Owens.
See, I'm calling some fuckery here on this.
Who's gonna fuck with him?
Owens is gonna come in. He said, I'm gonna fight Cena on my own terms. He's gonna come in. They're gonna beat each other up, and then he's gonna apron powerbomb Cena and walk out. He's like, that's it. I just want to beat this guy's ass a little bit. It's gonna be some sort of fuckery. So no guy really looks too defeated, I think, because they can't
Cena
have
can
Owens
Cena
lose.
can eat a little. Cena can eat a loss though.
Yeah, but hold on. The way they're building Cena right now, they can't have him lose to developmental rookie because that kind of diminishes him, and you can't have Owens lose to Cena because that kind of diminishes him too as a monster down in NXT. So they gotta
Nah,
have them.
I don't
That's
think
how I
I
look
don't
at it.
I don't think it would hurt Cena.
I don't know. That's how I see it. Owens Cena wins by like a count out or some shit like that or some bullshit like that. I'm going Cena gets the W.
Some
Not a
fuckery.
clean win though.
I'm going with
Not a
Owens
clean
then.
win.
All right, I'm going with Owens. I can't. I'm the John. I'm not the John Cena guy, but I will root for Cena when it needs to be done. And you're the Kevin Owens guy, and we're flip flopping on this. All right.
We're flip flopping, yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next match here that we're predicting. This is strictly stuff we saw on Raw. Raw had a bunch of matches, but these are the main talking points. My boy Dirty Dean getting that title shot against Seth Rollins, man. This should be a good match because all of their match after SummerSlam on Raw, instant classic. Great fucking match. One of the best matches ever of that year. If you can go back and watch it, I recommend it. Check it out. It's so worth it. Um, Rollins Ambrose. This should be a fucking good one. I
Ooh, you
think
got
Rollins retains though because I think
definitely.
Dean is still slated to win the Money in the Bank next month. Though he will put up a fight, and I think he'll lose because of some fuckery, change of security, some bullshit. But
For
the
sure.
way
Yeah.
Rollins always wins. So
He's looking too good right now for them to just pin him clean.
yeah, and this is also a good sign for Ambrose too. They're trusting him. They're putting him in the main event here. Like we know you can do it, and I'm really glad about this. So yeah, yeah, dude.
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is winning. See, now this is our little elimination prediction show, but there could be more matches on the card. So are we going with is this where the official win loss record begins here, or
This I'll tell you what, because we don't know what other matches are going to be on there, we'll tally these, and then we can make like personal side predictions or something like that, and we can tally them afterwards. And as long as we have some sort of record of them, we can mention them on the next one.
this is true. This is true.
Yeah. But other little happenings aside from that was, Bo Dallas and Neville look like they're going to start feuding.
Which should be good
Um,
as long as they don't, squash Bo like they did on Raw.
yeah, it should be good as long as it's booked right because these guys had some instant classics down at NXT, so I'm hoping they handle it properly. But aside from that, that was pretty much Payback and Raw really in our little prediction there. Anything else you want to add, sir, before we wrap this up?
Let's wrap it up.
All right, but first and foremost, I want to thank you guys who have been listening and checking us out and stuff like that. To continue to do so, if you like our stuff and enjoy it, like the page on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, uh, word of mouth, spread the word, whatever. Any suggestions on how we can improve the show or any topics you want to hear us talk about and bullshit about, please do so. We'd be happy to oblige. Once again, I've been JR.
And I'm Justin.
We have been the Geek Gods. GG, motherfuckers. Peace.